What if I told you the same invisible tricks used by the world's most infamous cyber attacks are being tried every day, and most people won't even notice? Today, we're breaking down 15 common hacking techniques, what they are, how attackers think, not how to do it, real historical examples, and the one thing you should do to protect yourself. Stick around. Every section ends with a moment you won't want to miss. Let's jump in. Phishing. Your mate gets an email that looks exactly like it came from Gmail support. Big logo, urgent tone, tiny spelling mistake. They click, thinking it's legit because it mentions their account. Hackers bank on that split-second trust. Remember the political email leaks a few years back? Those started with people being tricked by believable messages. Quick win? Double-check senders, don't log in from weird links, and confirm urgent requests through another channel. And if one click can open a door, imagine who's waiting behind it. Spear phishing. Now it's personal. An email references your manager's name and last week's budget call. Suddenly, it reads like it was written by your coworker. That's spear phishing, tailored to make you drop your guard. Big breaches have kicked off with messages like these because personalized lies are easier to sell. Fix? Use MFA and always call to verify requests for transfers or credentials. But when deception gets personal, the next trick is to quietly listen in. Man in the middle, or MitM. You're on free cafe Wi-Fi, juggling 3 tabs. Someone else on the same hotspot is quietly watching your traffic like it's a reality show. MitM is the digital eavesdropper. Sometimes it's a fake hotspot named Starbucks free Wi-Fi. Travelers and journalists have learned this the hard way. Defense? VPNs and HTTPS are your cloak. If someone's listening, the attacker might not just hear, they can change the conversation without you noticing. Supply chain attacks. Imagine updating a trusted app and getting a Trojan inside the package like a cursed present from a beloved vendor. That's a supply chain attack. Compromise the supplier and you get the keys to many houses. SolarWinds showed how one poisoned update can ripple through governments and companies. Practical move? Vet vendors and minimize third-party privileges. When the supply line is weaponized, even routine maintenance becomes terrifyingly consequential. Cross-site scripting, or XSS. You post a harmless comment on a forum, and later your social feed is acting weird because someone slipped code into the page you trusted. XSS lets attackers run tiny scripts in other people's browsers to nab session tokens. High-traffic sites have been used as silent account jacking platform. Tip: be cautious with strange links and let web teams sanitize input. Session theft is quiet but effective, and once someone impersonates you, things spiral fast. SQL Injection. You type into a search box on a shopping site, and someone else is using that same box to ask the database awkward questions. SQL Injection is the classic talk to the database in the wrong language trick that used to dump entire customer lists. Years of breaches show what happens when inputs aren't locked down. Users? Stick to reputable sites. Devs? Parameterize queries. When databases leak, that data fuels a whole buffet of follow-up attacks. Ransomware. Someone opens an attachment labeled invoice, and overnight, a company's files are scrambled like bad Sudoku. Ransomware slams the brakes on businesses. Remember WannaCry shutting down hospitals? Modern gangs pick targets for maximum pain. Protect with offline backups, patch systems, and network segmentation. If your backups fail or you can't restore, that's when an entire company's day becomes a disaster movie. Advanced Persistent Threats, or APTs. Think of a spy who moves in, makes themselves at home, and only raids the safe when everyone's gone to sleep. APTs are patient, well-resourced intruders that can quietly siphon secrets for months. Nation-state linked campaigns have shown how deep and quiet these operations can be. Defense, layered monitoring, and hunt teams to spot long-tail oddities. When an actor is patient, they're often planning the most damaging punch, and it's not always fast or flashy. Of service, or DDoS. Your favorite streaming site suddenly can't load because it's being smothered by fake traffic from 100,000 devices. DDoS uses botnets, often hijacked IoT toys, to drown services. Mirai once turned home routers into a traffic tsunami that knocked big sites offline. Use CDNs and DDoS mitigation, but remember, a loud outage can be a distraction for something sneakier inside. While defenders are frantic, What else could be happening in the background? Credential stuffing and brute force. Someone takes a dump of leaked passwords and springs them across Netflix, bank logins, and your email because people reuse passwords like it's still 2005. Credential stuffing is low effort, high return if users recycle passwords. MFA and password managers make the attack much less useful, but when an attacker gets in with reused creds, they often look for privilege to escalate. And that's when things go from nuisance to catastrophic. Privilege escalation. One compromised junior account turns into full admin control because the network was too trusting. Privilege escalation turns a small breach into total control. Many incidents show the same script: low-level access, then rapid elevation. Mitigate by restricting admin rights, auditing, and applying least privilege. Once admin-level keys are in hostile hands, a whole company's crown jewels are suddenly easy to reach. Insider threats. Sometimes, the villain is wearing a staff badge. Disgruntled employees, careless contractors, or stolen credentials from someone trusted can leak or sabotage systems. Insider incidents have leaked IP and top-secret docs because those people already had keys. Controls, monitoring, and a decent workplace culture help a lot. Technology alone can't fix motive. When insiders act, it's messy, because the attacker blends with normal operations. Zero-day exploit. Imagine a bug nobody knew about until someone with bad intentions used it to waltz through your defenses. 0 days are the unseen holes vendors haven't patched yet. The first hours after discovery are dire. The big hacks that shocked headlines often used 0 days to bypass hardened setups. The playbook: keep systems updated, use diverse detection, and adopt threat intelligence. And when the unknown is being used against you, the scramble to defend becomes frantic and chaotic. Living off the land and fileless attack. Instead of dropping a suspicious program, attackers use the system's own tools, like PowerShell, to act like perfectly normal admin. Because the activity looks like legitimate tools doing legitimate things, old-school antivirus might shrug. Endpoint visibility, allow listing, and behavior analysis are the counters here. When attacks mimic normal operations, sorting signal from noise becomes a hair-pulling detective job. Physical attacks and hardware compromise. Never forget, plug a strange USB into your laptop and you might as well hand an audiobook to someone who hates you. Physical meddling. Stolen laptops, cloned badges, or a curious USB left on a parking lot bench has wrecked high-security sites. Treat unknown devices as radioactive. Control physical access and log movement. When someone can touch the hardware, a lot of digital defenses suddenly feel like polite suggestions. These 15 plays are the mixtape behind cyber headlines. Social trickery, quiet long-term espionage, loud destruction, and the human mistakes that make it all possible. If you want part 2, where we blow up a real multi-vector hack and show exactly which of these tricks were stacked together, hit like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments which character you were in this video: the noob, the overconfident hacker, or the skeptic who reads terms and conditions. Protect your accounts, back up your stuff, and for the love of all bandwidth, don't plug weird USBs into your work machine. See you in the next one.